Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me in my channel today. If you are new here, I am E.G. Riku. I'm a variety streamer. And today we are going to do a short and sweet little stream. I'm going to be here for close to 2 hours. Thank you so much, IDK, for the 50 biddies. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Mwah, mwah. So yeah, short and sweet little stream, 2 hours long. That's what I'm shooting for. I have to go do some adulting as usual. Life has just been absolutely crazy. But yeah, welcome in everybody. I hope everybody's having an absolutely amazing Wednesday. Arctic Knuckles, hello. Chris, welcome in. Thank you, Lord Rael. I hope your appointment at the therapist goes well. Mr. Niche, what is good? Welcome in. I need a therapist. I had one. And listen, after talking about like attachment slash detachment issues, whatever you want to call it, right? She goes ahead and like drops me as a patient. I'm like, apparently, even when I'm paying somebody, I can't make them stay in my life. Like, goddamn. Didn't we just talk about that? About how I don't like opening up to people like that, and then they just drop me, and I'm paying you to listen to me, and then you drop me too? Like, what the fuck? Listen, yeah. I was not up. I was actually pretty pissed about that. I was like, are you serious right now? Like, we just had this conversation, and you're like, I'm going to move my practice elsewhere, so I'm dropping most of my patients that haven't been with me for a certain amount of time. I'm like, thanks. But anyway, oh my goodness. TRB, thank you so much for the Fox 10 check-in. I hope you're feeling better, my dear. Thank you. Arctic Fox, what is good? Andy K, welcome in. James, so sweet. First time chatter. I hope you're doing amazing. I am doing well. Thank you so much for asking. Thank you. You feel it for sure. You have a meeting soon also. That is pretty, isn't that messed up? That is totally messed up. Like, we had just come off of a session. But she's like, oh, you seem to have like a lot of trouble forming attachments to people and like opening up and stuff like that. So I really appreciate that you were being so open about your situation and like talking and everything. And I was like, yeah, I don't like I'm the type of person that ends up usually listening to other people's problems, but people don't really listen to my problems. I am an INFJ personality for Myers-Briggs. So, it's a little bit difficult for me to kind of like talk about my feelings and like real stuff, you know what I mean? And as soon as we get off the session, she's like, I'm moving my practice elsewhere, and I'm only taking a handful of patients with me, so I can refer you to other people. And I'm like, are you shitting me right now? Like, no, I'm not gonna start this shit from the beginning. It took me like 8 months to get to where I am right now, to even be able to like talk about the shit that I'm talking about with you. And then as soon as I do, you're like, goodbye. Even with you paying me, we're not gonna keep this relationship going. Thanks. Yeah, you did not hinder my attachment issues at all. At all, like what the frick. But it is what it is. Beta, what's good? How are you? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. I am doing well. Chris, how are you? Glad to see you too, Slick. How are you? It takes a while with appointments too. Yeah, and that's the thing. It took like a good 6 months for me to be able to finally get an appointment with them. And then her receptionist, whatever you want to call it, the person that was in charge of like making the appointments and stuff for her, for the longest time, she's like, oh, we don't take your insurance. I'm like, I know you don't take my insurance. I've been paying cash for every single session. So I don't even understand why you're coming back to me saying that you can't schedule an appointment with me when I've always paid cash. Like, I've never gone through insurance because I know that you guys don't take it. So I'm paying out of pocket. You get paid right away. You're not waiting for insurance to clear on anything. So, wouldn't you want to keep a patient that pays cash and you get paid right away as soon as the session's done, rather than waiting for months and months and months for the payment to come through? You know what I mean? I don't get it. But anyway, it is what it is. Ooh, having some Chinese. I'm so jealous right now. I am so jealous right now. There is one place where I live that makes the best freaking fried rice I have ever had in my entire life. And by my entire life, I mean in this area while I'm living. Because some of the fried rice is not compared to the one that's in Puerto Rico. When I lived in Massachusetts for a while, all the fried rice that they did up there, it was literally Uncle Ben's brown rice, and they called it fried rice. I'm like, Uncle Ben's brown rice is not no damn fried rice. Okay, there's not even any soy sauce in here. I can tell when this is brown rice. This is Uncle Ben's brown rice. This is not no damn fried rice. So why are you selling it like fried rice? I don't know, but it's not the same thing. It is not the same thing. So every time I go to the Chinese restaurant here, I order the barbecue pork egg fried rice with a side of the honey barbecue pork, and it is delicious. It's the freaking bomb. It's amazing, and I'm so happy I finally found a restaurant that does Chinese fried rice properly. Chinese fried rice does not have all that shit. It doesn't have carrots. It doesn't have no freaking peas. I don't understand what it is coming to the States that every fried rice here, fried rice, has peas and carrots. Ain't no damn recipe that's authentic in China that has some damn peas and carrots. Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. Egg fried rice does not have peas and carrots. It pisses me off because I don't like all those nasty vegetables on my freaking food. Ooh, what? Happy she got on the wagon Wednesday. Ooh, you're having some wine. I need some wine in my life as well. Thank you for the lurk, sweaty snipes, while you work. I wholeheartedly appreciate it. Yeah, I haven't been as active as I would have liked to be, just because everything has just been so crazy with my job. Like I said, I've been working anywhere between 12 hours to 21 and a half hours per day. I am absolutely dead. I'm tired, which is why I look like a hobo right now. It's fine. Next week when I stream, I will try to look ever so slightly more humane. But as it stands right now, I had to kind of jog myself out of bed this morning. And then, of course, my lieutenant called me first thing in the morning about some stuff missing. And I was like, I didn't even work that case, so I honestly have no idea what to tell you. But had nothing to do with me. So as long as it is getting in trouble, it ain't going to be me. I get my shit done before I leave. So it is what it is. Oh my God, Arctic Fox, listen. So that's one of the things, like a lot of people have come to me and DMs and stuff like that and complaints of like, oh, like, you used to support so much more than you support now. Like now I barely see you, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, well, you need to understand that the type of job that I have is minimum 12 hours a day. And I try to keep like a person up on my phone. I'm not allowed. Somebody went ahead and ratted me out. Yeah, because people over there are fucking ratty, right? Ratted me out for having tabs minimized on my work computer. And they're like, that's not what we pay you for. So I got fucking written up for that. 100%. I got fucking written up for that. Because, you have a tab minimized on your screen, even though you're not even like actively chatting or whatever on the tab. It's like, that's not affecting my work at all whatsoever, but it is what it is. So now I just keep a tab open on my phone, and of course you can't like have multiple tabs of streams open on Twitch on your phone because only one of them will play at a time. So I'll only have one tab open. So I try to like keep my phone in the drawer so they don't see what I'm doing, so they don't bitch and moan and complain about that too. So it's hard for me to support when I'm during work hours. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I'm happy you're on 2 hours as it is short stream 40 minutes. Streams it yesterday because I was tired. The short screen. Yeah, I'm only going to be doing like 2 hours today because I am just tired and I need to go to the store and do some adulting and catch up on the chores that I have not been able to do during the week. Because that's another thing, right? Like if I'm working 12-hour shifts plus 2 hours commute roughly, that's 14 hours out of the day in my work day that are just gone, And yeah, I will admit, I do have a toxic work environment. I was very disillusioned when I found out that this is the kind of people that I work with, a bunch of grown-ass people that are out to throw each other under the bus. It's like, okay, well, I don't talk about how you bring your tablet to work. I don't talk about how you bring your laptop to work. I don't talk about how you're watching YouTube and Netflix and TikTok videos while you're at work. But me having a tab minimized, that's all we want to talk about right now, right? So I just feel like not all the rules don't apply to everybody at work, which is really fucking shitty. And people there are fucking disgusting. They don't clean up after themselves. And mind you, these are all grown ass adults. They don't wash their dishes. They drop shit on the floor. They don't pick it up. They use the microwave and their spaghetti or whatever the hell they're microwaving explodes all over the damn microwave. They don't take a paper towel and wipe that shit down. It is disgusting. And I cleaned everything there, and I was off for 2 days, and when I came back, it looked like I've never cleaned that. And I'm like, I'm not cleaning this shit again. This was clean when I left. So y'all better figure it out. Clean up after yourself. Like, I'm not your maid. I know I'm brown, and like that misconception that brown people clean, okay? But they not paying me to be your maid, okay? So clean up after yourselves. What the fuck? It's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. Oh my goodness. People are always in each other's business, and that's exactly what they do. They point the finger at other people so that people focus on that and not focus on what they're doing that they shouldn't be doing when they're at work. But, you know, it's like, mind your business and I mind mine. That's as simple as that. I don't talk about what you do or do not do at work. As long as it's not affecting me, that I'm have to pick up your slack because, you know, you're fucking around on YouTube or whatever, then I don't give a shit what you do. As long as it doesn't affect me, because guess what? I get paid the same amount no matter what. But when they're telling me that I gotta go ahead and help you out and do your job when you've been playing Mahjong all goddamn day, then I'm gonna have a problem with that, you know? But it is what it is. Oh, hold on. Let me scroll back up. So that's also like Twitch, the big streamers. The rules don't apply to them, only small streamers. Chris, you're absolutely right on that. Absolutely 100% freaking right on that. There are so many things that applies to all the small streamers that basically big streamers can break TOS left and right. But if you're filling pockets of money, it does not matter. It does not matter. They'll give them a little slap on the wrist of like, oh, 24-hour suspension to come back to do the same shit the next day. It is what it is. It's finally got a different job and I'm never going back to fast food. Tiami, congratulations on the new job. What are you working as? Arctic Fox says, so they blame other people. Absolutely. They absolutely do, Arctic. As like, the other thing is like, they're always telling me like, oh, why don't you volunteer to help this person out? Help that person out. And I was like, okay. I'm all for helping out if you are legitimately swamped because, oh my God, something crazy happened and you're super backed up with work and I don't have anything to do. I don't have a problem helping you out. But if the reason you're backed up is because instead of doing your job, you were on TikTok and Facebook and YouTube and playing solitaire and playing Mahjong and doing all this other bullshit that you didn't need to be doing while you were at work, then why should I go ahead and pick up your slack when the reason you're backed up is because you were doing non-work related stuff? Because if I'm doing your job, then I should be getting paid your wage as well. I should not be getting paid the same amount of money to do my job and do your job because you didn't do your job for doing other shit you didn't need to be doing. And that's where I stand on. Like I said, if legitimately shit hit the fan, some weeks are like that where we have shootings and stabbings and homicides left and right, and the whole office is backed up and there's shit everywhere, I will be the first one to volunteer. But if it's because you decided that, you know, watching Netflix was more important than doing your job while you're at work, then I don't see the need why I should help you out when how many times have you volunteered to help me out when I'm backed up? 0. Because not once has anybody at my office ever asked me if I needed help for anything. Not one person there. But they expect me to help with everybody else. And I was like, that's double standard bullshit I don't go for. Hot Metal Edge, how are you? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Ship Bro Man, how are you? Miss Sybil, welcome in. You beautiful queen. You, how are you? At work? Ooh, listen. I'm just glad I have today off. I am doing amazing. Thank you very much. Much, much, much love to you all. Very, very long days for work. Absolutely. Dick Fox says, I also have a similar issue, just like put attention on other people and think my bringing others down. Exactly. It's exactly what they do. Oh my goodness, we got a trade from Mojiam. Hello. Oh my goodness. Let me give you a shout out. I can't even speak today. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the raid.
Shake that.
Thank you for everybody that just came in. I am E.G. Riku. I am a variety streamer, and we are dishing a little bit before we actually go ahead and play some games. Thank you for the follow, Lime. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Welcome in.
I can guarantee you won't find nobody else like me.
J Seed, what's good? Hello. Welcome in. Thank you. Much love. I am catching up with y'all. Oh my goodness. How is everybody doing today? Dr. Salty, how are you? Good morning. Much love to you. Yes, lots of sexy toast for today. Les, thank you so much for the 10 biddies. emojis. I appreciate it. Welcome in, Raiders. Oh my goodness. Xenos, Fairlight, hello, Smoke Hokage, placid for me. You will always be flaccid for me, not placid. It's so stupid that they made you change your name. I loved your name. Hello, how are you? Welcome in. Check out the Pokemon pic I dropped in your Discord. Ooh, I'm gonna have to check it out. I'll check it out as soon as I finish streaming. Grandma loves games. How are you? Welcome in. I've missed you too. How are you, my dear? Welcome. Oh my goodness. That's going crazy. What's good? How are you? The name change was so stupid. I always thought every single time I read your name, it would make me chuckle. Why they made you change it is like the stupidest thing ever. Cause like flaccid, it has many different meanings. It doesn't like necessarily mean penile. And the fact that they were automatically accrediting it to it was just dumb. I forgot how to play. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you. For everybody that's new to the channel, like I said, I'm E.G. Riku. I'm a variety streamer. Today we're supposed to be playing Plague Innocence. And we're just talking about work and how people like to be toxic. Oh my goodness, Nas, thank you so much for that, beauties. I think I have to wait to give her another shout out because there's a timer on this, but I will try. Oh, there we go. Did it not do the first one? I think it did. You need that number one spot. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I hope everybody's doing absolutely amazing today. Now, we are talking about like toxic work environments and stuff, and like my job just likes to basically point the finger at everybody else so that you don't notice what they're doing that they're not supposed to be doing. And over the weekend, I did not work this weekend. So whoever works the weekend is supposed to clean out the Bay Area. And there were 3 people working this weekend, and not one of them cleaned the Bay Area. So when I came in Monday morning, it was disgusting. And when I mean it was disgusting, it was disgusting. There was a pile of dishes with old rotting food in the sink and everything. And I'm like, when I left, all of this was clean. I am not your mother. I'm not your maid. I am not going to go ahead and clean your dishes for you. I will throw that shit in the trash. I'm not going to go ahead and clean it for you. So I hate cockroaches. Like I cannot stand cockroaches. I'm terrified of cockroaches. And come to find out, when I was like cleaning the Bay Area, this whole section, because they left dishes with old food in the sink in the back, there was like freaking cockroaches everywhere. And I'm like, I'm about to have a goddamn meltdown. I'm about to start screaming. I don't like roaches. I don't like bugs, okay? So I cleaned everything out, and I ended up having to freaking sweep these bitches out. So as I'm as a lieutenant, I'm like, I'm not doing this shit again. This should have been cleaned over the weekend. I did not clean it on the weekend. So now I'm having to clean it Monday and Tuesday. And I guarantee you, I'm going to come back after 2 days off, and this shit's going to be like I didn't clean it at all. Y'all need to start cleaning up after yourselves. There's no reason why you should be leaving dishes full of food in the communal sink at work. This ain't your house, okay? If this is how you act at work when you don't live here, I can only imagine what your house looks like, okay? Because if you're comfortable at work leaving all your shit lying around everywhere, rotting with flies and roaches, that means that you're comfortable enough to do that at home. That's why you're comfortable enough to do that at work. I don't want to know what your house looks like if this is how you behave and conduct yourself at work where people are watching you. That is nasty. That is nasty. Love, how are you? Welcome in. JC and I am doing amazing, my love. How are you? We're just dishing about dirty people. It's nasty. I've been doing well, just tired. Just absolutely tired. Toronto, what's good? How are you? It's definitely emotional damage. Because tell me, there's no way you're going to tell me that if that's how you behave at work, that there's like crap crawling all over the place and you're perfectly fine just pushing the roaches to the side and continue eating, that you're not comfortable like that at home. There's no way. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Because like if you're comfortable, like I said, if you're comfortable enough acting that way where people are watching what you're doing and they're judging you, then why would you not feel comfortable doing that while you're at home? You know? No, thank you. Feeling like a zombie? No hobbies. Nobody has. At work, everybody there has hobbies, and it's called Let's See What Riku is Doing. So, no lie. Okay. So the area that I work in is like a bunch of offices, right? There's like 6 different desks. But since we're short staffed and the area that I work in, there's only one desk that's busy at a time, which is my own. So there is, like, to explain, there's a door right here. There's a big hallway that divides the outside and the interior where I'm at. So door, wall that divides all the area, security area where I'm at. My desk is right here. I keep the bay area closed. There's a big old like garage door that leads to the outside, and I keep that closed because like it gets windy and like crab keys flying in there and stuff like that. So I'll just keep it closed. And explain to me how the employees will literally walk to where I am, go up to the Bay Area, and then turn around and go right back inside just to see what I'm doing on my computer. Like that's just not obvious. There's no reason why anybody would go back there. And if you're trying to go outside, you could use the exterior door. There's no reason to go back to the Bay Area. So they will legit like walk by, pretend to be like in the Bay Area, and turn right back around and go inside. I'm like, no, it's not obvious at all that she's trying to figure out what Riku's doing on her computer. Because why did you come back here? And I'll literally be like, oh, can I help you find something? Oh, yeah, I was just looking. Okay, looking for what? To see what's on my computer? Is that what that is? Because it's pretty obvious what you're doing. It's like if you're back completing about 10 to 12 hour days, your hours are another level. My job is definitely taxing, not only mentally, but physically as well. And it's just, it makes it so much worse that you have toxic people like that instead of trying to help each other out, they're just trying to throw each other under the bus and stab each other in the back as quickly as they can. And I just don't like that. And like I said, I almost feel like a lot of the rules only apply to certain people and does not apply to everybody. And the same people that can sit there and complain about what I do and don't do are the same people that are not cleaning, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, they're not submitting their paperwork. All of my stuff is done. I'm even doing the cleaning that was supposed to be for somebody else to do on the weekend that they didn't do, and I'm doing it on a Monday and Tuesday. So it's like, okay, so I get in trouble for having a minimized job, but nobody else is getting in trouble here for not cleaning up after themselves and doing what they're supposed to be doing and leaving that area clean to the point that I come back and there's freaking roaches everywhere. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not for me. How are you, right, kid? I hope you're doing absolutely amazing, my dear. So I don't have a problem, though. I can relate. Everyone at my work loves backstabbing and talking how terrible everything is with them. Exactly. That's exactly how it is. Skimmix, what's good? How are you? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. See, I'm like, I told them, I was like, at work. And this is a policy that I carry everywhere I go because I'm not the type of person to say something behind somebody's back that I'm not willing to say to their face because that's backstabby shit. I don't do that. David Wilson, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you. Mwah, mwah. Thorasaurus Rex says, yeah, I will always love work that is more high school than high school. I know. That's exactly what I feel like. Work backstabbing is bad. Also, work bullying is the worst. It's like, yeah, people love not to teach what they know too. I know, and that's exactly it. Like I told everybody at work. Like I had to have a sit down with several people that were making some rude comments about me. But then like when I asked them about it, they would turn around and say, oh my God, Riku, I would never. What? Oh my God, what are you talking about? I would never say something like that in a million years. But then when I got written up, there was a line on my write-up that literally said, so-and-so said that Riku's been doing this, and this. And I'm like, come here. And they're like, what? Come here. Read that line on my write-up right there. What does that say? What? I didn't even say that. Really? You didn't? Because this is an official documentation that says you did say this. And I don't appreciate it, the fact that I went to you yesterday and I point blank asked you, did you say this? and you said no. You lied to my face and said no. I live with a particular set of standards and rules for myself that I expect everybody else to abide in because that's what adults do. If you have a problem with me, something that I am or not doing, you should have come to me and talked about it with me, because if the problem is with me, guess what? Talking to Rhonda, Felicia, and Joe over there is not going to fix the problem with me, because the problem is with me, right? So just how I'm talking to you because the problem that I have is with you is why I'm talking to you and not Rhonda, Felicia, and John over there, okay? So I don't appreciate it when you can say all of these things behind my back, but when it comes time to own up to what you said, you are perfectly comfortable lying to my face. That's rat backstabby attitude, and I do not appreciate it, because last time I checked, everybody here graduated high school a very long time ago, and this is really immature shit, and I will not stand for it. So if I asked you if you said something and you did, the least thing you can do is actually admit it to my face rather than put your tail between your legs and pretend like that never happened. And guess what? If you have a problem telling somebody to their face what you said and didn't say, then maybe you shouldn't say anything at all. Because what's the point of acting like a keyboard warrior when somebody can actually confront you in person? Because guess what? You're not online, honey. You can't just block me. Okay? So don't say shit that you're not willing to go ahead and admit to my face that you said. Like, if your mama, did your mama not teach you not to say nothing if you got nothing nice to say? If you can't own up to the not nice things that you're saying, then don't say anything at all. Because, like, you think you're all brave and you this and that when you think that I'm not going to confront you. And me being nice and me being tolerant is not the same as me being weak. Don't confuse those two things, because if I have to put you in your place, I will fucking do that in a heartbeat. It's especially when it comes to being disrespectful, and lying to my face is incredibly disrespectful. I don't operate like that. It's like, I have no problem if I said something icky about you or whatever. I was like, she's a rude ass bitch. I guess what? I will go to your face and I said, yes, I did say you were a rude ass bitch, because guess what? I do think you're a rude ass bitch. There you go. And I told her that's rat behavior, and I consider that to be ratty. Sorry. If you don't like it, then at least I'm being honest with you, and I'm telling this to your face, and I'm telling everybody in the office, and then denying it when come times to actually talk about it. You know what I mean? Kat, what's good? Thank you so much for the hydrate. And that's the thing though, like, I do try to be real, because I've been in that situation where, and plenty of times where people are so two-faced, and I'm so tired of that. Not everybody is a flavor for everybody else. We all have our likes and their dislikes. And I told everybody at work, we don't have to be friends. You don't even have to like me. But what you do have to do is show me respect and professional courtesy, because we work together. That's it. That's all I'm asking for you. I don't care how your weekend went. I don't care if you don't want to be my friend. I don't care if you find me abrasive or rude or whatever. But if I don't disrespect you, you do not disrespect me. It's as simple as that. And I think that's fair, because we're all adults here. And again, I can show respect to somebody that I don't like, because guess what? I'm an adult and I know how to operate like an adult. I'm not a 5-year-old that I'm going to go ahead and start acting that way because, I don't like Felicia. I don't like the way she does her hair. Whatever, for whatever stupid fucking reason. It's just, I don't operate that way. Stone Temple Fox, what's good? How are you? Yes, Fox is for the Fox Den. Maybe I should change my name to something foxy. Ijiriku Fox. Foxy Ijiriku. It's like, you would think that people can get the bare minimum respect in a place where I'm stuck for 12 hours a day. And that's exactly my point, Arctic Fox. Like, I had a talk with my lieutenant that she was like, oh, you're going to be working a lot with these people. You spend the majority of your day with them. So the least we can do is to try to have some type of work relationship. And I told her, listen, I don't have a problem having a relationship with anybody here at work, but these people are not my friends. And just the same way how I was told you don't get paid to have Twitch tabs up on your computer, I don't get paid to socialize and gossip and try to make friends at work. I can have a professional relationship with everybody where if they need something, I'm there, okay? If they need help with something or I need to go ahead and do something and we all need to work together on a group, I am adult and mature enough that even if I don't like you, I can finish a task together with you because this is a job, this is what I'm getting paid to do. But you cannot ask me to be amicable in the sense of to try to be a hypocrite and pretend that I like these people and ask about their day and try to be friends with them when I know that each and every single one of them has been talking shit about me behind my back. And what's worse is that they know I have a hearing problem. I wear hearing aids. And at work, it's really difficult for me to wear my hearing aids because with all the radios and stuff going on, it amplifies the static from the radio and that's all I will be able to hear. So how fucking rude is it that you know that I can't hear, so you decide to go with Felicia and Joe and John in the corner, right? To talk shit about me because you know that I can't hear you. And then they're like, oh, we try to talk to her and she ignores us. So I was like, no, you fucking whisper to me and you say shit behind my back. And because I can't hear you, all of a sudden you're saying that I'm ignoring you. If you say my name and I don't respond to you right away, what makes you think that I heard what you said? And I was like, that's really discriminatory in my opinion, that you're taking advantage of the fact that somebody can't hear for you to talk shit about them, like, in a corner. Because you know that they can't hear what you're saying. And I was like, speak up, bitch. Come on now. It's just so childish. It is so childish. You're trying to find all the foxes in Twitch and Discord. Do it. Do it. You work at McDonald's and there's no respect. There absolutely is not. I take 5 seconds in my experience. A lot of people cause these issues. Home lives suck with spouses, kids, etc. And take it out on work, which is wrong. You know, work is work. Personal life is personal life. I understand that we're all human and sometimes whatever happens at home, we can carry to work and vice versa. But I've always carried myself with this policy that if I am mad at Ron, right? Because Ron did something over here, then I'm going to address this with Ron. I'm not going to go ahead and take my anger and my attitude or whatever else is happening with everybody else that was not even involved, that doesn't have anything to do with the situation. Because that's just incredibly immature and us deflecting on the issue. I should not go ahead and snap at Jessica over here when Jessica has nothing to do with what Ron did. And people who do that and then go ahead and try to say that, excuse their behavior and their disrespect on, oh, I was mad with Ron, so that's why I snapped at Jessica. It's really fucking childish. Stone Temple Fox, thank you so much for the biddies. I appreciate it. Let me give you a special shout out, my dear. Hold on. Espérate. I think that we can all be mature and adult enough to know, like, okay, if Jessica had nothing to do with us, then I'm not going to involve Jessica in this. There's no reason why I should go ahead and take out my anger on poor little Jessica when Jessica literally just asked me how my day was and I'm already here snapping at her because I'm mad at Ron. Like, that's just not okay. It's just not okay. Hold on. Let me go ahead and scroll back up. It's like, especially if they're higher level than me, I know you're my manager. Keep it respectful. I may be 18, but that's not a reason to be disrespectful. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Let me catch up with chat and let me tell you a story of my employment at Aldi and how that ended, because I was like, listen, if I don't quit the job, I'm going to end up stabbing a bitch. I'm sorry. I just can't. Like, I had several conversations with her and shit just did not change. And I was like, I told my manager there, I was like, either I quit or I'm going to start grabbing this bitch by the hair and I'm dragging her outside the fucking parking lot. And I'm going to end up going to jail, okay? And I don't want to do that. So, because I don't want a criminal record, all right? So therefore, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to quit, okay? I'm Puerto Rican. I have hot blood. And although I try to be respectful and everything, and I try to be calm about the situation, when the same thing is happening week after week for months, and the behavior is not changing, and you keep being disrespectful, we're going to have a problem. And I'll get to it in a second. Ooh, boy. You got me going. You got me going. Bloody children. Yes, Moistick. It is the bloody children. Blue, what's good? How are you? Welcome in. A cast has respect for fellow human beings and sign it. It seems absolutely is. Some people are just giant children in disguise. Abso-freaking-lutely. We're talking about freaking 40, 50, 60-year-old people. We're not even talking about people in their early 20s or the teens. We are talking about grown-ass adults. Okay? The majority of the people at my job are older than me. The majority of the people at my job are older than me, and they fucking act like they're 2 years old. I'm like, what is this, fucking daddy daycare for the adult and elderly? Holy shit. Big Joker, what's good? How are you? Welcome in. So it's funny how people still act childish like this is high school and a work environment. They really do. They really do. Oh my goodness. I'm surprised how childish your coworkers are. They really are. They really, really are. It's bad for the same. So fellow employees basically had a breakdown at work and cussed and threatened me out in front of 6 people. And they sent me home. Oh my God. People just have issues, I'm telling you. So my last job, I was at Aldi's, okay? And so there was this assistant manager. She had been an assistant manager, I think, for like a month or 2 before I got hired there. And she was the type of person that thought that being a manager was, I have areas of importance and I have to talk down to everybody because I'm in this position and that's how you manage, right? Which is all the incorrect ways to go about it. Stone Stream Dobbs, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Maybe I should switch this chat to like just chatting. Because this has like been just chatting. Hold on. Maybe I should switch it to just chatting. Hold on. We've been just chatting. We haven't even been like playing any games. Hold on. Espérate. Because we're dishing. We're dishing today. I haven't had a chance to dish in a while, so we got to dish. I am too, JC. All right. So, this manager, mind you, the type of job, I don't know if you've ever worked at Aldi or anything like that, or if you're familiar with the type of job that Aldi is. When I first got hired, I told them that I had an issue with my shoulder. I can't lift anything super heavy with my left shoulder. Because I have 2 herniated discs on my neck on this side over here. And there's actually, I had 2 tears to my rotator cuff and I have a cyst like right here that presses on a nerve. So if I use my arm too much, it gets swollen and then it presses on the nerve. So it's really painful. So they were putting me to do the wine cases, which are the heaviest freaking pallet in the entire store. And mind you, they have guys working there. And I'm like the shortest girl there. And they're having me do the fucking wine pallets. So after I finished the pallets, she told me to do the pastry section or whatever. And you have to basically take a price gun and price every single thing, put the dates on it for the expiration. And each like item has a different expiration date, so you have to keep like switching things back and forth or whatever. Oh my goodness, hold on. So Temple Fox says, yeah, we became friends after that, and he's probably the most respectful person out there. He knows he fucked up and it is sorry, but he got this medication fixed and now he's like other 4 people I want to work with. Well, at least they changed. That's gone. That's good. Sir Stuffy, how are you? Welcome in. I hope you're doing amazing. I am doing well. We are just dishing today. We're dishing for a little bit. And we're supposed to be playing, but we got into dishing some stuff. So this lovely assistant manager, mind you, this pallet is taller than I am. I'm literally having to like jump on my tippy toes to like cut it open. And as soon as I get the pallet, she comes back and she's like, why is this pallet not done? And I'm like, because I literally just opened it. Like, what kind of fucking stupid ass question is that? Like, you just saw me pull it off the back. The freaking pallet is like yay taller than me. And you're asking me, not even 5 minutes after I pulled it off the back, why everything hasn't been put away already? Are you serious? And I have to price everything? Really? And I have to rotate product? Really? So she's like, oh, it'll be more efficient if you do it this way. And I was like, well, I can't do it that way because then that would require me like getting a whole bunch of extra carts and moving shit around. And that would actually take way longer than me just going by what I see on the top and going that way rather than moving everything around. Whatever. Anyway. So she waits like not even 5 minutes and comes back again. Why isn't this done? Because it's been 5 minutes since you asked me. So she stops me. She does this for like an hour, coming up every 5 minutes. Why isn't this done? Why isn't this done? And I'm like, okay, she's getting my last fucking nerve right now. Like, you're asking me why this is not done. You're making me stop every 5 minutes because you want to go ahead and engage in a fucking conversation about why the shit's not done, and you keep interrupting me. Maybe that's why it's not done, because you keep making me stop what I'm doing. Maybe if you didn't do that, this shit would be done. So go away, let me do my job. And I had only been there for like 3 months, so I'm still like learning where everything is. Passion Fruit, how are you? Welcome in. I hope you've been absolutely amazing. And of course, you're most welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And so nighttime comes along, and this is what they expected me to do in a matter of an hour, which is crazy, right? They expected me to clean. It was 8 registers in total. Conveyor belt, area where people are sitting down, the actual register, the area, stock all of the bags and everything. Then they expected me to clean both bathrooms, clean the back room, clean the office, clean the break room, sweep and mop the front, sweep and mop the other front area where the entrances are, and go ahead and wipe down all of the counters and put all of the stock that usually it's like 2 freaking grocery cart full, where people would go to the front. Oh, I decided I didn't want to buy this. And you have to throw it in that cart, and then at the end of the night, you have to go ahead and put everything back. They expected me to do all of that in 1 hour. So it took me all an hour and a half. And the person who was doing the floor section, I was in charge of the front section. They were in charge of the floor section. They were behind. And they are the ones responsible for also sweeping and mopping / polishing the back area, the floor area, because I did the front. So they were taking forever. So I was like, okay, it's been an hour and a half. Let me be nice. I will go ahead and sweep for you, so that way, by the time I finish sweeping, you can go ahead and be behind me and you can start polishing the floor. So I'm trying to help you out. Okay, hold on. Let me catch up with chat real quick. So Temple says, also, one of my managers understand I'm working unmedicated for the first time since I was 13 and moved on here, so it's completely unmedicated, and all they see is how fucked up I am when I first switched to that location. I'm glad I'm not that girl anymore. Oh my goodness. Curse Dragon, hello, how are you? Skizzle Bizzle, welcome in. Hollister Man, hello. Thank you all so much for being here. We are giving some tea. At the moment. Hold on. Okay, so going back to my story. So, mind you, like I said, all my stuff was already done. It did take me an hour and a half, so it took me 30 minutes over what it was supposed to take, even though I was like freaking rushing through everything. So I was like, okay, so you on the floor, you are behind. So I will go ahead and sweep for you, so you can go behind me and you start polishing the floors behind me. So he said, okay. All of a sudden, assistant manager comes up to me. Has the floor been polished yet? I was like, no. Why hasn't the floor been polished yet? Well, you see that I have a broom on my hands, right? So you can't mop the floor and polish the floor until you actually sweep the floor. It's common sense. I'm not going to go ahead and have the debris. Like, if you have dirt and shit all over the floor, you're not just going to throw a wet mop on it, because guess what? You're just going to cake on the dirt all over the floor, right? You gotta pick up them tomatoes and the carrots and cabbages and shit that are on the floor before you go ahead and, mop. Common sense, right? So she goes, I would have gotten all of this done ages ago. I don't even know what you've been doing all night that it's taking you this long. So I was like, okay, me sweeping this area is not my job and it's not my responsibility. I'm helping him out because he's behind. And you say that you're so much faster than me at everything that I do because apparently you're fucking bionic woman here, right? How many times have you come out of the office to help us out when we were behind? Instead, you were up with your feet on the fucking desk in the office because I saw you dicking around on the computer instead of helping out because we're behind. If you wanted to come out off of work at 10 o'clock at night and you see that we're behind, then maybe you should have gotten off your ass and helped out instead of fucking micromanaging and hovering and being helicopter manager and telling us that we're fucking sucky at what we're doing when you're just not even volunteering to help out at all. And you're the only manager that doesn't help out at all at nighttime. Every other manager would pick up a broom, pick up a mop, and help out because they know how crazy busy sometimes things got. And even though we might close at 9 o'clock at night, you know that there's always those assholes that want to stay in the store till like 9:45. And I can't start cleaning down and closing everything down until those customers leave the store. So she's like, oh, well, I would have gotten this done ages ago. It's like, I'm going to tell you what. If you would have done it so much better and so much faster, feel free to do it yourself and I'll go home. Okay. Feel free to do it yourself. I'll go home. Bye. Go ahead and do it. Feel free. You're a bionic woman. You would have done all of this shit in 5 minutes. Okay, then I'll go home and you go do it. And she's like, oh, I can't believe you said that to me. And that shit continued. And I was like, I talked to my manager and I was like, I will not be talked down. I will not be disrespected. And this shit keeps going on. You keep telling me that you're going to address it with her and that you're going to fix the situation and that you're going to talk to her. Honestly, someone like her should have never been made assistant manager in the first place. That was an erroneous mistake in the first place because, yeah, she might be fast at her job or whatever, according to her, because I've never seen her do anything to be fast as she claims. But she has no fucking people skills. And if you don't have any people skills and you talk to your employees that way, this is why people are quitting left and right. 2 other people quit before me because of her. You're losing all of your good, hardworking employees because you decided to promote somebody that does not show respect to anybody, that has no people skills, and she thinks that being a leader is being demeaning and disrespectful to her workers, like somehow that's going to make me work harder. No, that's going to make me tell you, fuck you, and if you can do it better, feel free to do it yourself. I will go home. That's exactly what I did. I put in my 2 weeks notice and I told her I'm gone. Goodbye. You told me that this situation was going to be remedied and it has not been. So I gave you a month to fix and rectify the situation. I'm not saying that you need to demote her, but you need to address the situation and how she speaks to people. And this hasn't been fixed. So it's either she leaves or I leave at this point, and she's not leaving, so I guess I'm going to have to leave. And everybody there was upset that I was leaving because I was a really good worker. And I was like, well, that's on you. That is on you. Sadi Debbie, how are you? Welcome in. I hope you're doing amazing today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's like I'm the fastest worker there. And they all say I'm slow. And that's exactly how it was, Stone Temple Fox. I had only been there for 3 months. And I was already their fastest cashier because they have a metric there that they want you to scan a total of 40 items a minute. 40 items a minute. And I was consistently between 42 and 45. I was by far their fastest cashier in a matter of 3 months. But no matter what I did, no matter how fast I was, they wanted more, they wanted more, they wanted more. And it's like, okay, well, are you also going to be increasing my pay for everything extra that you're demanding of me that nobody else is doing? Because if I'm not going to get a pay increase or all this extra work that I'm doing, that I'm having to help other people out because I'm faster, then I don't understand why I need to keep bending myself over backwards for this place for the same amount of pay that everybody else gets. Like, I will never understand that. Chris Dragon says, I am doing good. I started a new job. I'm a housekeeper at my local community center, and it's a decent job for a change, cleaning and helping set up the events for 22 an hour. I love it. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's amazing, Chris Dragon. I am so happy for you. Sun Devil says, yeah, $13.50 an hour. Oh my goodness. Midnight, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. You wouldn't even give your 2-week notice. The only reason I gave my 2-week notice and didn't just walk out was because everybody else that I worked there was really nice. And I didn't want to go ahead and screw them over because I was pissed off at one person there. But it's like I had told my manager, I was like, you know, I like you as a manager. I think you do an excellent job as a manager. And everybody else that I've worked here is absolutely fucking amazing. And I wouldn't be leaving if it wasn't because this person is in charge. And every single time I work with her, we get into this altercation because she doesn't know how to talk to people. So I will be nice enough to go ahead and give you a 2-week notice because I don't want to screw you over. And I don't want to screw everybody else over that has nothing to do with the situation. Because they're lovely people. They're lovely workers. You just have one rotten apple here that is causing all of the good employees to leave. And like I said, I was the third person that left because of her. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much you need a job. There's only so much disrespect that you can take from somebody until you go ahead and say, you know what, this is enough. A job is a job. I can just go ahead and find myself something else somewhere else where I'm not being talked down to like I'm an idiot or some shit over you not even asking why something's not done. So it's like, it's something that I've gotten like too, because you can say, okay, I got this done in an hour, and automatically assuming that I'm just not doing anything all day, rather than coming to me and asking me, Riku, why did it take you longer to do this? Had she asked that, I'd be like, you know what? The last customer left almost 45 minutes late. I had to wait for them to finish before I started my cleaning duties. I was trying to get a couple of things done while they were shopping that I could do, but I couldn't close everything down until they left. And not only that, but after you close the store, you have to monitor what they're doing to make sure that nobody else is trying to come in, whatever, right? Because you can't lock the door until they leave. Had you asked me that, I would have answered that. But no, you automatically went with the assumption that I was just being lazy, I was being slow, I was being this, and I was being that. Meanwhile, my job was done and I was helping somebody else do their job because they were behind. So why are you yelling at me when I finish my portion and I'm helping somebody else out with theirs, instead of you maybe addressing it with that other person as to why his job wasn't done and I'm having to help them out? It makes no sense to me to go to somebody that completed their job and is helping somebody else with theirs and yell at them because you're not helping fast enough the other person when it's their responsibility and not mine. To me, it's baffling to go to an employee that is going above their scope of duties to help somebody else out when they completed their tasks, and you yelling at them because you're not helping them out fast enough. Like, what the fuck? Like, that makes no sense to me. If anything, you should have said, thank you, Riku, for helping out, instead of being bitchy about why the fucking floor's not done. Gig, thank you so much for being here. Mwah. Kiss for you. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing, my dear. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. So yeah, I will never understand why you would go ahead and yell at somebody that's going above and beyond and trying to help somebody else out. Gig, thank you so much for the biddies. I appreciate you. Let me give you a special shout out. Thank you. Much love. Cloud King Mini, how are you? Welcome in. I missed you too, my love. Welcome back. How are things with you? I know that you were doing a couple of things last we spoke. Are you still in Yoshi's Island? I know that a lot of people have just kind of been going all over the place, man. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. We are just dishing about workplaces right now. It's kind of what it turns into. Kind of dishing about work people and just work etiquette in general. Like, I've been in a management position before, and I try to be as respectful as possible, even when I have to, write someone up or give discipline to somebody. I find that as a manager, when you're giving somebody a write-up, you can't just focus on the negative of the employee, because I see that is a very quick way to kind of dishearten somebody and maybe not have them do what they were 100%, because it makes them feel like the only thing you're ever noticing is the negative and you're not noticing any of the positive. So when the tactic that I used to use, if I had to talk to somebody about, you're getting written up because this and this is happening, but I do want to point out that you're really good at this, this, and this. So I want you to know that I am also noticing the good things. It's just that this portion needs to improve. So that's my approach. That's what I try to do. For example, I had an employee when I worked at a paint store, and he had worked at another store up north from the same franchise for 6 years. And they came down to my store. Mind you, if you've been working at the franchise for 6 years, I would expect you to know the products. I would expect you to know how to work the register. I would expect you to know how to take an order and enter in the system. You've been working for the company for 6 years. and the company is standard across all states. So it doesn't matter if you were in California, if you were in Texas, if you were in Nebraska. The system is standard across the board, no matter where you go. So if you've been working somewhere for 6 years, you should know how to do the bare minimum, right? And when they came down, it was getting to the point that this is when my whole shoulder injury and everything happened. I was working 2 months every single day, open to close, without a single day off. I finally got 1 day off, and he called me 42 times. Roddy Birdie with the raid. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh my goodness. Welcome in, Raiders.
Shake that.
Oh my goodness, for everybody that came in, I am E.G. Riku. I am a variety streamer, and today we are dishing about jobs. We're dishing about jobs. Welcome in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much, much, much love to you all. Oh my goodness gracious. Yes, Nani is sure. Much hugs to... Oh my god, I can't speak today. Lots of hugs to you too. Oh, Lister Man, thank you so much. Why is it cold today? It's not cold here. It's pretty hot, actually. It is pretty hot here. So, yeah, employee transferred down 6 years, still doesn't even know how to put an order into the system. So I finally had a day off after 2 months of working open to close, Monday through Sunday. And he called me about 12 times and sent me a total of 42 text messages. And finally, I was like, I may as well just have come into work because I have not been off the phone with you since I got up this morning. Like, what was the point of me taking a day off? I'm not getting paid for this right now, for me to be on the phone with you for your entire shift. You should not be calling me, asking me how to tint 1 gallon of paint when you've been doing this for 6 years. You should not be asking me how to cash somebody out in a register when you've been doing this for 6 years. And not to mention that you've been at this store for over 6 months. So I don't understand where the confusion, like, he would get really nervous for some reason when he was in the store alone. Because I guess he didn't have, like, the crutch or whatever to, like, ask somebody to bail him out or something. And he ended up misstinting over 50 gallons of paint. And that's a budget in the store just getting eaten up for something that should not have happened. And it got to the point that I kept giving him a bunch of chances. And finally I was like, listen, I'm going to have to write you up because this is your 7th year working for this company. And I have 1 day off. You texted me 42 times, called me 12 times to ask me the simplest basic thing on how to enter an order into the system or how to cash somebody out or how to tint a gallon of paint when you've been doing this every single day that you've worked for nearly 7 years now. So I don't understand what the problem is. Like, my days off should be my days off. If you have one question that nobody else can answer, by all means, call me and I will try to help you out as much as I can. But don't ask me to be on the phone with you, holding your hand from open to close when it's my 1 day off in 2 months. Like, that's not okay. If you would not have liked for me to do that to you, because you seriously can't go ahead and answer the simplest question of like, okay, well, this is a dark color paint. Do I use a dark color based paint or a light color based paint? Geez, maybe it would be common sense that if it's a dark color, then I would use a dark color based fucking paint. You don't think? Listen. You're gonna get me going. Yeah, Chaos says, this is why I like having a work phone. Yeah, and that's the number they have. And then I turn it off when I'm at work. Now don't call me. See, and that's what I kind of like try to do. But then they're like, oh, you have to pick up the phone because you're assistant manager. I was like, I'm an assistant manager. I'm not the manager. The manager left to work at a different store. So I'm doing the manager's job for 2 months, but I'm not getting the manager pay. So if I'm not getting the manager pay, I should not be doing the manager's job. It's as simple as that. Because you all want Riku to do all this extra work that's not even part of her job description, but you don't want to pay Riku for the proper job title that would come associated with the tasks that you're giving her to complete. And that's what happens with a lot of places where you go above and beyond and you're doing extra work that is not part of your job description. They continue to expect you to do that type of work for free rather than to promote you and give you that position. and give you the pay that comes associated with the work that you're doing. Because they passed me up for being manager for the store, and they went ahead and transferred somebody in from out of state instead of giving me the manager position, even though I was doing the manager job completely unassisted. Because again, why would we go ahead and promote Riku and give Riku more money if she's willing to do the job for less amount of money under a lower job title? That's why, like, now I try not to do that whole go above and beyond, because a lot of employers end up taking advantage of that. Sometimes you look at, okay, if I'm going above and beyond, they're going to notice my hard work and then I'm going to go ahead and get promoted. But most of the time, what ends up happening is that your hard work becomes the norm and gets overlooked over somebody that's doing less, and the person that's doing less because they want them to do more gets promoted, and you don't because you're already doing it for less pay. So that's kind of shitty. Slow Kid, how are you? Welcome in. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. Work does suck. So I'm trying to, like, dial it down a back, because I don't want to keep falling into that same pitfall of where they expect you to basically do the sun and the moon for less amount of money, and then when promotion time comes, they refuse to give you the promotion because you're already doing the job that they want you to do for less money without the title. And I just don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that. You really do get exploited. And I've seen it so many times where there have been employees that are amazing. Okay, let me go ahead and give you guys an example. The position of assistant manager at the store. It wasn't until I said, this paint store, it wasn't until I said, I'm quitting, I'm done, that they decided to promote me to assistant manager. When the first assistant manager left at the store, we had a shit ton of overturn. The only person that was constantly there was the manager. The manager himself, he had been there for, I think, 8 years as a manager at that particular store. And we were the second highest volume store in the entire county. So we were crazy busy. We were a multi-million-dollar grossing store. So we were insanely busy all the time. The first assistant manager left. Everybody in the store, including the employees, including the contractors, everybody told the district manager that I should be assistant manager. Even people that had been working there longer than I have said, Riku is excellent at her job. She's the first one to volunteer. She's the first one to help out. She's the first one to come in early and stay late without a single complaint. She should be the assistant manager. Everybody thought I had the job. They ended up hiring this one guy. And he got transferred in from another store. And he already had a bad rap because he was one of those that would come in late and try to leave early. So when he was decided to be assistant manager, everybody was like, really? Him out of everybody? Are you kidding me? So inventory time was the same day every single year. So November 1st of every single year was inventory. This was something that was known. It's something that is never changed. So dear assistant manager decided that he's in a band. He plays the tuba or some shit in a fucking band. I don't know. Whatever. He's one of those guys that even though he's a grown ass man, he thinks that he's still going to make it as a rock star playing the goddamn tuba. I don't fucking know. But anyway, he went to God knows where and to almost out of the state to do this concert thing. Okay, and I'm turning into Casper the Friendly Ghost here. Okay. To do this concert thing that he was supposedly doing. And we were all supposed to be there at 4 a.m. to start doing inventory. And we're like, where is he? He's nowhere to be seen. He ends up calling us at 7 o'clock at night. We were working from 4 a.m. to almost midnight that day because he didn't show up to work. So we were one person short doing inventory. And we had to count every single item in the entire store. He calls us at 7 o'clock at night. Oh, I'm not going to be able to make it into work because our tour bus broke down and I have nowhere to get back to work. And we're like, you were supposed to be here at 4 a.m. You're calling us at 7 p.m. to let us know that you're not coming into work. No shit, Sherlock. It's still a no call, no show because you were supposed to be here at fucking 4 a.m. and you didn't call till 7 o'clock at night to let us know that you're not coming into work because your tour bus broke down. And even after that happened, that he did a no call, no show, it took months. It took months for him to get demoted and switch somewhere else to another store. So the position opens up again because, you know, he got demoted for no call, no show, which should have been a fireable offense at that point because you know that you were supposed to be at work and you did not show up to work and you did not call us to let us know that you weren't coming in. Oh, you know that it was an RV. It was probably his friend's mom's fucking minivan and he's calling it a tour bus. But anyway. So, the position gets open again. They're hashing it out saying, okay, we need somebody to replace it. Again, everybody's like, Riku, we should have Riku have the position. They end up hiring somebody that is fresh out of college, has never had a job before. Never had a job before. And first fucking job, he was 23. First job ever, never had a job. So I went over to the district manager and I was like, listen, I don't want to be that person, but right now I honestly feel like the only reason I'm not getting promoted is because one of two things. Either y'all are fucking racist because I'm brown, right? Or something's happening because I'm female. You don't want a female in charge. I don't know what's going on because you cannot come here and tell me to my face you are the backbone of this store that keeps this store running as smooth as it does. And we have not seen increases in sale as we've seen until you came to work in this store. But then when it comes time to consider me for a promotion in a position, you pass me up and give it to someone who has zero fucking work experience. And the reason you tell me you gave him the job over me is because he played college and football, and like football is a team building exercise kind of game, so we think that he'd make a good manager. What the fuck? The fuck does college football have anything to do with being an assistant manager? Nothing! I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought the reason you're gonna pass me up was a good freaking reason, not because you want to hire somebody that played college goddamn football. No, I'm not kidding, Muhammad Raj. That's literally what he said. He said we gave him the position because he played in college football. Okay? And people who play in college football have a lot of team building exercises that they need to do because they need to work on a team. So we think that he would make a good assistant manager. I'm sorry, what? Explain to me how playing college football has anything to do with running a business, has anything to do with leadership skills and knowing how to run a store. Zero. So most companies allow at least 1, 2, 3 no call, no shows, oddly enough. So that store had a policy of you get written up and demoted if you do your first no call, no show. So the fact that it wasn't applied to him, I have no idea why they let him pass like that. So yeah, it's like, you explain to me the correlation between managing a store and being in a football team in college that has anything to do with anything. So they hired this guy, and mind you, like I said, this was the first job that he's ever had. He's never had a job before. And in his mind, being an assistant manager meant that he got to sit back and tell everybody else what to do while he did nothing. While he sat in a computer back there, like typing little shit back in the background and not doing anything. And that is not the type of store that we were. My manager and I were the 2 hardest working people in that store. By the time we both left work, we were drenched in sweat because we were running back and forth, tinting stuff, you know, pushing out those fucking orders. And he used to always put me to work with him in the mornings because he's like, you're the only other person in here that I can trust that if there's a big fucking order back there, you're gonna knock that shit out, and I can trust you to do all of that you need to do in a timely manner, and I know that I'm not gonna get backed up. So he used to love scheduling me with him, and I didn't have a problem with that because I felt the same way with him, right? I had that connection with him that I felt like if the store got really crazy busy, I know that you can handle your shit, and you don't have to keep asking me to stop every 5 minutes because you don't know what to do, while you let me do my shit over here. So every single time we worked together, we were a really good team, which is why he wanted me to be his assistant manager. So this guy, again, lasted about 3 months. And this was me making constant calls over to the district office. Constantly calling the district office because we would have a line out the door, and this guy is sitting in the office on his phone, not taking orders, not answering the phone, not doing anything that he's supposed to be doing. Thank you for the Hydrate Cloud King meanie. It really was favoritism. Absolutely. So, he, a couple of months in, starts saying that he can't lift anything heavy because he has a back injury from playing football. And I said to him, so you can't lift anything heavy at all? No. You do realize that one of the questions when you first get hired asks you, are you able to lift at least 80 pounds without any assistance or accommodations? And you answered yes to that. Therefore, you got hired under false pretenses when you said that you could do the job that you are apparently claiming that you cannot. That alone should be basis to fire somebody because you lied on your job application about what you're capable of doing and what you're not capable of doing. So you have two options. Either you leave, right, and have somebody else do the job for you, or you get fired. At least that's the way that I saw it. Because if I lied on my job application saying that, I can do this, and this, and I don't, if I say I speak 15 fucking languages and I only speak one, then all of a sudden somebody from one of the languages that they told me that I speak comes up to me and I can't translate, then I lied about my application, I should be fired because that's what I got hired for, right? If I got hired to be a translator and I can't translate, then I shouldn't be there. If you got hired to lift and push around heavy shit and you can't lift and push around heavy shit, then you can't do your job, therefore you can't be there. So all of a sudden I come into work and it is just the two of us. And I have a line out the door and I'm trying to knock shit out as quickly as I can. I'm like, where the fuck is he? He's nowhere to be seen. All of a sudden, I look into the office and he's lying down on the fucking office floor. I'm like, the fuck? What are you doing? Why are you laying down on the floor? My back hurts. You literally just punched in. You haven't lifted anything. You haven't done anything. You haven't taken a single order. Why are you laying down on the floor? Oh, my back hurts. So he calls district saying that he has a back problem and that he can't lift any paint. So meanwhile, here's Riku doing all the fucking orders by herself. And mind you, we used to do about 800 gallons of paint a day. 800 gallons of paint a day, and I'm doing all the shit by myself. And this guy's like 6'3", 200 pounds. And he's telling me that he can't lift a fucking 50-pound bucket. And I'm over here tossing them around, right? So the district manager goes ahead and calls me, and he goes, he has a back problem, so we're gonna have to have you, like, do the work yourself, and he can, like, take phone orders or something like that. I'm like, I'm sorry, what the fuck did you just say to me? Did you just say to me that I'm gonna end up having to do his job and my job when this store is supposed to have at least 2 people at all times? Little Pop, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you. He would have kicked him in the no-no zone. Oh my god. Yes, right? Welcome in, first time chatter. I appreciate it. No, we're just dishing out now. We're dishing out about workplaces. So I was like, wait a minute. This store is supposed to have at all times at least 2 people. Because it's so busy, I have a line out the door. I'm trying to mix all this paint. And you're seriously telling me that you're not going to schedule an extra person to help me out in the morning and then you're just going to have him pick up the fucking phone? Are you serious? Are you serious? You're just going to have him pick up the fucking phone. So, he picks up the phone. takes an order. I shit you not, okay? This man had the fucking audacity, all right? I just can't. I'm fucking mind blown. I was sitting here, I was like, I'm gonna fucking slap you with this goddamn order across the fucking head, okay? The order called in. It was for one spray paint can, okay? One spray paint can. You're not mixing anything. You're not lifting anything heavy. You're literally going to the shelf, picking up a little can, putting it on the counter, and that's the order completed. Okay? One spray painted can. This man had the audacity to come up to the front from the office. Sees that I have a line back out the fucking door, right? All around to the back door. I have stacks of 5-gallon buckets of paint everywhere. I'm tinting that shit. He hands me the paper. This order just came in and the fountain that needs to be completed. He's going to be coming around to pick it up in a minute. And I look at the paper and I look at him and I'm like, how fucking lazy are you? I don't give a shit if your back hurts. There's no fucking way that you can't tell me that you can't get your fat ass to the front of the store and grab one fucking can and put it on the counter when I'm running around here with a chicken with her head cut off and you can't pick up one spray can. I lost my shit. I told him off. I was like, you know what? Fucking go home. Go home. Go home. Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you getting paid to sit on your fat ass in the back and not fucking do anything? Go home and I will do this shit by myself. So I called the district manager and I'm like, he needs to go home. I'm going to blow my fucking gasket off. He's like, oh, well, is he at least not helping you with the phone? I don't give a fuck about the phones. I can answer the phone and tint paint at the same time. Why is he here getting paid if his back hurts so bad that he literally can't walk 8 steps to the front counter and grab a spray paint can and put it on the counter? Then he doesn't need to be here. I'm sorry. Send him home. Keep that shit in my budget. You're messing up my store's budget to go ahead and pay for somebody to be here that isn't even doing anything. It was a paint store. You'd be in jail. Oh my god, just workplaces drive me nuts. I was getting heated on. Chuck, what's good? How are you? Oh, I don't work there now. I worked at a paint store. So we were talking about past places. I worked at a paint store and then I worked at a grocery store. I was about to lose my damn mind. Hey, thank you so much. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing, Mr. Groom. Thank you so much for being here. Happy hump day. It was a paint store. So that's what I was saying. I was like, why is somebody here getting paid to do nothing? Like, shit, I want that kind of job that I'm going to take an order and I'm not even going to like fill the order and it's just one paint can and not even bring it to the front counter. Are you serious? I'm glad you're doing amazing. Thank you so much for stopping by. But, oh my goodness, it's like places like that used to like drive me nuts. And I used to tell them all the time. And I was like, you keep hiring and promoting these people that don't want to do anything, that don't want to do their job, that are literally there to just collect a paycheck and not help anybody else out and have everybody else pick up their slack. But then like when you have somebody who is dedicated to the work and is hardworking, because they're already hardworking without the promotion, you feel like, why should I pay them extra when they already do the job for free? It's just bullshit. Little Pup says, what gets me messed up is up when you put in for your pay time out there was like, it wasn't approved. It wasn't a request. It was a notice that I'm not going to be here on these days. So Little Pup, right now, I have a job as a first responder. So we are incredibly short-staffed. So for the days off on request, it has to get approved. You can't just take time off, especially if you get called in for depositions and stuff like that. There have been instances where people have been on vacations out of the state and they have a court case coming up and they got a deposition that they have to go to, or they get called in to go to a court case and they have had to cut their vacation early and come back to go to court, which fucking sucks. So I do my best to go ahead and mention to the state attorney's office and stuff like that I'm not going to be available for these days, especially if I'm going to be out of the state or out of the country. If I'm going to be out of the country, so sad, I'm not going to go ahead and pay thousands of dollars to come back to a fucking deposition if you're not going to be paying me $9,000 back to come back to this deposition. You know what I mean? But it's like, I sat down, is you said fat ass? And there was like, oh my God, no, I was not referring to you. I was referring to the old assistant manager that did nothing. That nothing. Yeah, first response was like that, but like anything else is just BS. I 100% agree with that. Like, and there's been a lot of comments about that as well, that it seems to be something with this country where it is frowned upon to take vacation time off, and then your job will make you feel really, really guilty for using your vacation time. No place should make you feel guilty for earning vacation time and using your vacation time. If I earned it, I'm going to use it. It's completely unfair to go ahead and give somebody a guilt trip or something like that because they decided to take some time off. Even, it was like 2 weekends ago, I ended up pulling almost a 22-hour shift. I was there from 6 a.m. to 3:30 in the morning. Because somebody went ahead and took vacation time and there was nobody else to cover. The part that I was pissed off about was the fact that she's supposed to find coverage for her shift, which she did not. And basically she told the lieutenant that I was going to cover for her, which I never agreed to. So since I was the only person working on that shift, it was up to me to go ahead and cover those hours as well. And then we ended up having a shooting and a freaking serial arsonist. So I finished my work at 3:30 in the morning. So it was almost 22 hours and I was exhausted. And when that person came back, she asked me how it was and I was like, oh, it was crazy busy. I worked from Sunday at 6 a.m. to Monday at 3:30. We had a shooting, we had this and we had that. But yeah, and because she asked, I left it at that. I did not go that extra step above and beyond to make her feel guilty for taking vacation time off, because guess what? She earned that vacation time and she's absolutely 100% entitled to take that vacation time. And it is not her fault that all those stuff happened when she was on vacation. What I was upset about, like I said, is the fact that she did not find coverage for her shift when she was supposed to, and did not tell me that she did not find coverage for her shift. Had I agreed to and I had known about it ahead of time, then that would have been different. But I was going with the expectation that she had talked to somebody to cover her shift, and I was going to be done at 6 p.m. and go home and cook me something to eat. I had only had a cup of noodles at 2 p.m. So from that 21 and a half hour shift, all I had to eat was a cup of noodles for the entire day. So needless to say, I was hangry. Okay, so I was not very pleasant. And one of the officers comes up to me when I was on one of the scenes, and he's like, oh, you're so serious. And I was like, yeah, I'm super hungry. I'm tired. I've been up for over 24 hours. And he goes, oh, well, when so-and-so comes out on the scenes with us, she's always so happy to be out with us. And I looked at him and I went, well, so-and-so probably has not been working for 22 hours with only a cup of noodles at 2 p.m. and been up for over 24 hours. So excuse me if I'm not more pleasant. The only thing that should be coming out of your mouth is thank you for covering this and coming to help us out, rather than asking me why I got resting bitch face syndrome. Bitch, I'm hungry. That's why. I'm hungry. I'm sleepy. I'm cranky. I want to go to bed. Okay? No, you owe me some damn food. Leave me alone. Don't you sit there and tell me why I'm not more smiley when I'm starving. The booty snatcher, what's good? How are you? Welcome in. Lil Pop says, I worked at a factory 12-hour shifts for 4 days straight. Like, bro, if I want my days off, I'm going to take it. Yeah, so I work long weeks and short weeks. So my long weeks, I work 5 days a week, 12-hour shift. My short weeks, I work 2 shifts for that week that are 12 hours long. So what ended up happening, I ended up working a total now of 4 back-to-back long weeks because we were short-staffed, and then my schedule changed. I was in B shift and they switched me to A shift. And then on the days off that I had on the following week, I ended up having to go to a place that was over an hour long to take a crime scene class. So I did not basically have any days off for almost 4 weeks. So I was absolutely exhausted. That was supposed to be my last day for that week. And then I was supposed to have some time off. And then I get hit with that almost 22-hour shift. And I was like, I'm tired. I'm hungry. Leave me alone. The Broke Dad Gaming, what's good? How are you? And no, Lil Pop, I do not get paid enough. Trust me. Trust me. Grim says, listen, not only does my job made me regret using vacation, but they turned around and took away our 5 days of sick pay. Sick pay quoting, we aren't making money on the days that you guys are sick, so we are giving them away to the... What the frick? Are you serious? That sounds all sorts of fucking illegal. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think a place is allowed to take away your sick days. That sounds highly illegal. Cam, what's good? How are you? Welcome in. Yeah, that does not sound legal at all. It's a state of Pennsylvania. Yes, we are right to work. State meaning I can get fired for no reason at all. What the fuck? That does not sound right. That does not sound right at all. I would be looking into that shit. Because no matter what the state, there's still labor laws that people have to abide by. Because if not, then you get places like that end up exploiting employees. And for a while, a lot of the labor laws came into place because what was happening was that a lot of places were hiring and immediately firing for no reason after a certain period of time, because that's when the benefits would kick in, that they would end up having to legally, by law, start providing medical insurance, health insurance, and all these other things that they needed to pay for to provide permanency to that employee. So instead of wanting to pay for all these extra benefits, they would just end up firing them and hiring somebody new to replace that, which is pretty shitty. That if somebody's doing really good work and you're so cheap that you just want to go ahead and fire them because you don't want to pay for their 401k and their insurance and shit, then maybe you shouldn't have a business to be running in the first place. Because I guarantee you, those are the same companies where the CEO and the owner is making multi-billions of fucking dollars, but they don't want to pay $1.50 for the fucking health insurance for their employees. It's just bullshit. I was hangry. I was like, listen, I got resting bitch face syndrome right now. You would have resting bitch face syndrome right now too if you were working for 22 hours with no food. I'm like, shit. Don't you be talking to me about how my face, when I'm not smiling, because I don't want to be here. I want to be home sleeping. That's why. Even if you're a salary employee, that doesn't seem right. I went to Alaska for a year, worked 16-hour shifts for a month straight. That shit kills. Days off are needed. We aren't machines. And that's exactly what I was saying. I was like, you guys seriously think that I'm fucking machines here? I am not. I'm tired. I need some time off. And then that's when you start making mistakes and stuff like that. Like, especially being in a job where you're first responders and you have to be... I'm in forensics. And my job is very detail oriented. So an entire case can go out the window because I missed something, right? There's a lot of pressure in the type of work that I do. It could be something as simple as I missed a little tiny drop of blood somewhere that could have been the difference between exonerating somebody and finding somebody guilty of, like, okay, why was your blood at this scene? If I'm tired and I have not slept for over 24 hours and I have not eaten anything all day, I'm not going to be at my best to be able to do what I need to do and do my job properly because I can't concentrate. I don't even remember the drive back home, if I'm being entirely honest. I was like in auto mode. I don't even know how I got home. I don't remember going to bed. All I know is that I'm alive the next morning. What happened between me punching out at work and waking up the next morning is anybody's guess. It is anybody's guess. Are you a private sector employee? Yeah, that's just weird. That's just weird. I feel like a lot of these places, they do certain things because they think that their employees are not going to be well versed on what you can and cannot do. So I don't know. They can fire if you don't like the color of your hair, whatever stupid reason. They don't have to give you a reason why you got fired either. That is just such BS. That is such BS. Washington is a no-cost stay. They fire because they can. They love it. Yeah, no way. That's just dumb. A lot of places schedule you for 38, 39 hours so they can say that you're not a full-time employee benefits. Well, if I'm not mistaken now, 35 to 40 hours is now considered full-time. And any other place that is telling you that 35 is not full-time, it's iffy. Because I remember being part-time here and they told me that I could not go over 35 hours because then you start getting into full-time territory. Choco Mila, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Much, much, much love. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For here is 35. Anything over 35 hours, you're already considered full-time. Although, typically speaking, normally it would be 40 hours. Mwah. Thank you so much for the redeem. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, JC. Oh my god, yes. I was so mad. Because I'm telling you guys, like the way that I got called back for this fire, thinking it was huge. My swipe, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I can guarantee you won't find nobody else like me.
Oh, hold on. Espérate. Oh. That's not what I wanted to click on. Espérate. Okay, hold on. I'm moving around. Thank you so much for the follow. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing today. We didn't even get to play today. I was just out dishing. Today. We turned it into a just chatting stream. Oh, Metal Ash, thank you so much for the biddies. I appreciate you. If I can type, that would also be pretty, like, awesome. Hey, there we go. Ay, espérate, coño, espérate. That's not what I clicked on. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Also, depending on the pay period falls, the way our falls is nearly impossible to get overtime pay because of our falls, even if we work overtime. So my job, because I work short weeks and I work long weeks, so 1 week I work 5 days. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh my goodness.
If you want to leave, I can guarantee you won't find nobody else like me.
Thank you for the tab, little pop. I appreciate it. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for those follows. Much love to you all. So I was saying, so for my schedule, since I have short weeks and long weeks where 1 week I'm working 5 days, 12-hour shifts, and then the second week I'm working 2 days, 12-hour shifts, they have it in a way that they try to be fair, that if you work anything over that 12-hour shift, that's already considered automatically overtime. So you get paid extra for anything that you worked over your given 12-hour shift for the day. Because if that was the case and they did it how you're explaining, if it ends up happening that I end up staying over on that my short week, then I'm not getting paid overtime for that. So they have it set up that anything that you work over your given 12-hour shift, that is what you're scheduled for, you get paid extra, which is great because it keeps them from taking advantage of their employees, which is nice. That if you have to stay extra, at least you know that you're gonna get properly compensated for that. I don't know of many places that do it that way, but I just thought that, that was one of the reasons that did attract me into staying in this particular position. Lime says, yeah, going to a family on farm, actually a boss there, but I got enough employees behind me and I'm able to say, you guys need to do this, and they don't get paid their normal paycheck. They get paid double if I don't have to show up, and that's something that I have been doing for them for a long time. A lot of people at work underneath me like that, but it since his family and most of everything body that works underneath me are friends and family as well, works out pretty well. Yeah, you gotta find those places that show appreciation to their employees, and one way that I think that my job does show appreciation for their employees is that the fact that they will pay you that overtime if you do work over your given 12-hour shift, which is nice because I've never seen another place that does that. If you are working 40 hours one week and the next week you're working 56 and the following week you're only working 25, and then they average it out, especially if they pay you every 2 weeks. They won't go ahead and give you that extra pay like they're supposed to. So that was nice. Ah, Basher, you're too sweet. How are you? Welcome in. We are all actually about to be raiding very soon. I am over here trying to get some adulting done for the day, which is why we started late. I usually start my streams at 11, but there was so much stuff that I needed to do. And we ended up not even playing any games. I was supposed to be playing Plague Tale, and we ended up just turning this into a just chatting session. We hadn't had one in a really long time, so I think it was overdue. You're about to finish your shift at work. Oh my god, that's amazing. I don't know. I might stream tomorrow. We'll see how I feel about it. I've just been so exhausted. I've just been so absolutely exhausted. It's been super long, and I've just been super tired. So, hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to multitask here. Okay. Also, that reminds me, I keep forgetting. If anybody else would like to go ahead and join our Discord, please do so. I've actually been thinking about whether or not I want to go ahead and start an account over on Kick. A lot of people have been making the move over there, and I have kind of seen a shift on the amount of people that are active on Twitch, and I think it has a lot to do with Kick taking a very large percentage of people over to their platform. With their revenue splits have been pretty convincing, so we'll see. I might basically stay here for a couple days and then stay over on Kick in a couple days and see how it works out. But we'll see. Yeah, so Kick, for all of you that don't know, Kick is a new streaming platform. It came out last year. Their revenue splits, I think it's something crazy, like we keep 95% of profits and they keep 5%, which is way higher than the 50-50 from Twitch. So yeah, we'll see. A lot of people have been moving over, which is why I've seen a lot of streamers, even partners that usually average around 150 are back down to averaging maybe 40 or 50, just because people are making that switch over. I don't know. I have my reservations because I feel like every single time there is a new streaming platform, it starts off with a bang. You see that decrease in Twitch, and then within 2 years, the platform implodes. It closes down, and then all of those people that went to Cook won't come back to Twitch. So I don't want to basically stop streaming here and then go to Kick and then have the same thing happen, implode, and then having to start back from scratch over here. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Right now it seems to be doing pretty well, but it always happens. I mean, it happened with Trovo as well. Trovo had that big explosion where people were leaving left and right from Twitch, and then now when I originally started at Trovo, right off the bat I was averaging 35, and then a couple of months went by and then I was sitting back down at 0. So it happens, you know. It's the new shiny thing. Everybody wants to take a look at it, and then when the hype kind of dies down, they all end up coming back to Twitch. So definitely don't want to just stop streaming here altogether and then have something like that happen. But we'll see. We'll see. I might just go ahead and do a collection of trying to do both. So it's like, I mean, I had it in my mind to switch, but then I'm starting over, and I'm about that not for my community. Yeah. That's kind of what gets me. Like, I don't want to start from scratch. And mind you, that ban that I got an apology for on Twitter saying, sorry, we banned you, it was a mistake on our error on our part or whatever, did cost me. I was averaging between 75 to 90, and now we are back down to maybe like 40. So I had just over 50 people unfollow me over an unfounded ban. So that fucking sucks. And all I can do is continue moving forward, and the real ones that care to see my side of the story and see that what I was saying is true and Twitch sent an apology email to me saying that, I shouldn't have been banned. Stick around. And for those that don't, out of jealousy or whatever else, then the only thing that we can do is continue pushing forward. Lime says, I know a lot of people went over there and got their foot in the door, and now they're back over here. They're getting their foot in the door so that it takes off. They have a foothold to where, and they can go over and transfer over. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Some girl, how are you? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Chris says, yeah, I stayed when that happened. When you told me what happened, I didn't leave. I waited for you to come back and start streaming again. Yeah, that also sucks. It's like, I was in the middle of my stream, and all of a sudden I get banned, and all of my viewers are seeing that, oh, she's banned because she's breaking Twitch TOS, and everybody's like, what the fuck? When I never did. And then I get an email saying, oh, you shouldn't have been banned, sorry. I'm like, oh, thanks. Thanks. It's like you're lucky averaging 40. Hard getting more than 10 on most nights. See, but Rad, I understand what you're getting. Absolutely, 40 is amazing. But when I was averaging 75 to 90, averaging back to 40 is a pretty big cut. You know what I mean? And especially when it happened over something that had nothing to do with me and nothing that I did that warranted a ban, and then all of a sudden people are like, well, I don't want to go ahead and associate with her if she's breaking Twitch TOS, which is not the case. And then like all I could do was try to explain what happened and send on Discord the apology email that I got from Twitch, and whether people want to believe it or not, that's entirely up to them. But I do have the email that says, we're sorry for banning you. We didn't mean to. Yeah, sucks to be you, but we're sorry. Here's your account back, and that took well over a week to get sorted out. So that's a week that people are coming to the channel with that big old stamp that says this account has been banned for breaking Twitch TOS. So it's not a good look, So yeah, Twitch has done that. A few streamers are pretty bad about that, and I understand that they've done it to a couple of different streamer shows recently. Actually, it took very big offense to it and took this entire community over to Trovo, which is another streaming platform. Yeah, I was reluctant to come back for the same reason, because I felt like I was having to defend myself and have my name put through the mud over something that I didn't do, and that was pretty shitty. Riley, oh my god, how are you? Long time no see. I hope you're doing amazing, my dear. Thank you. Well, thank you so much, Cloud King Mini. Yeah, a bunch of digital email that. Yes, yeah, they did. The day I switch will be the day that I shut down Twitch. Yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. At least not anytime soon. Lime, that's a good question. Oh my goodness. I sleep all night. How are you? Much love. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Wednesday. Thank you. How was your day, my dear? Yeah, so I quit Trovo because it was just not. It took a massive decline. Fiji. Oh my god, Fiji. I did not play the game at all, Fiji. I did not play the game at all. Oh, thank you so much, Riley. I love you too. Mwah, mwah. Fiji, go to the damn corner. I didn't even play. Don't even go there, Fiji. Rain and thunderstorms. Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't even play. But I do have to get going. I will be back tomorrow. So if anybody wants to catch me, I will try to make it at 11 a.m. We'll see. I've just been waking up late because I'm just so tired. I promise I will try to play the game tomorrow, but today I do have to raid out. So, I have to go to the store. I have to do 1,000,001 things. So we're gonna go ahead and get a raid started. Thank you all so very much for the love. Fiji, maybe you should have come in earlier instead of complaining. Okay, how about that, Fiji? Damn, Fiji. Yes, I'm leaving. I gotta do shit with my life. Okay? What do you mean ain't no way? Yeah. You see how Fiji do? You see how Fiji do? I'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. EST, if you wanna catch me. I don't know what I'm playing. It might turn into just dishing again. I don't know. I told you all when I started this morning that it was gonna be a short stream because I got shit to do. I gotta go adult. And I might do the rat game. We'll see what happens. We'll see how I feel. But thank you all so very much. I appreciate it. And I love you guys very much. And hopefully I will catch you all in the next time. Bye.